Well, this was a really disappointing second half for us. First half of the game kind of went like we had hoped. We'd keep it close and play tough and see what would happen. Had a chance to be up, you know, save the penalty that happened to us right at the end of the half. A really nice 2-minute drive would have capped it off well. Unfortunately, we didn't get that done. And then the second half, we just didn't. We had one monster play that happened in the game, and we were in command of the 3rd and 10, and we were on top of it and all that. And they make a I don't know what kind of play that was. It was a very fortunate play, but it changed the field position and gave them a chance, and then they went ahead and scored and took advantage of that. That was a huge play in the game, I thought, and unfortunate. It was an unusual game in that we defensively played really well on 3rd down. That was one of their 2 conversions in the game, and usually that gives you a really good chance to play well, like we did in the first half. But there was just too many big plays. Stafford, hitting both Robert and Cooper over the middle. Those plays were just field-changing plays, and they got in behind us in our zones, and we didn't have the pressure to keep the ball to get it dumped down. So it's football stuff, and the things that we have to fix, we have to clean up, we got to get better at, and we got to make sure that we don't allow that to happen again, because the second half was a big explosion for them offensively, and we really were in way better control of that, and really disappointed that we let that happen. I thought this is a significant night because Russell wasn't able to finish the second half. He's got a badly sprained finger that we need to figure out. There's work to be done in assessing all of that. Russell's one of the great healers of all time, and he'll do whatever he can to get back as soon as absolutely possible. On the other side of that, Gino did a really, really good job, very much in command. We were able to do all kinds of things with him out there. He handled all of the communications beautifully and played really well. We had a chance to win a football game. With all of that, we had a chance to win the football game with the ball in our hands and a couple minutes to go. And unfortunately, we threw an interception when Tyler slips and gets stripped. I don't know what happened on the play. I couldn't tell. But I do know that they made the big play that changed it. Give them credit. They bounced back from a loss last week, and they did a nice job hanging in this game and took advantage of the opportunities when they came. They're a good club, and we know them and know that. So there's stuff for us to fix. There's stuff for me to fix. There's areas that are just jumped out. That when they're able to throw the ball over the middle like that, they're getting too much time, and we have to do a better job with our backers, and we have to get to the quarterback so he has to dump the football off, and that did not happen in the second half. And this has been a very good pass protection team. They've only had 3 sacks all season, and the quarterback doesn't get hit, and they were able to do that in the second half, and that gave them the shot to get back in it, and they did it. So more power to them.
Is there any early indication on how long Russell might be out?
No, I wouldn't put any timeline on it right now.
You mentioned that I might have misheard you. I thought you said more work for Russell Wilson. Does that mean additional imaging?
Well, we just got here, to the time to assess. So I don't have anything for you at all. Whatever, yeah, they'll do everything that needs to be done, X-rays and all that kind of stuff.
What was the determining factor that pulled him?
He wasn't able to hold on to the football the way he needed to throw it, because we were going to throw the ball and we had to throw it all over the place, and we didn't know what he would be able to do when he was just unsure. And I trust him that if he could have, he would have.
Did he dislocate the finger at all? Is it out of place or bone?
I don't know that. I'm not going to tell you. I don't know anything, Greg. I really don't know enough about it. I know that it was pretty darn sore.
Once they were really having a lot of success carving you guys up with those crossing routes, and your linebackers are having trouble, why not play Ryan Neal more and have more time?
It has nothing to do with it. Sorry, it has nothing to do with it. It was on first and second downs, and he plays in dime, in third down situations. It's just maybe we'll resort to that. That was not in the game plan to be done this time, so that wouldn't have made a difference, I don't think.
Pete, you mentioned the one monster.
But because you brought it up, I'm gonna check it out.
Pete, you mentioned the one monster play on offense. Is there a frustration 5 games in about not? Because you want a balanced offense, you want a rhythm on offense. Are you getting that this year, or is it more boom or bust?
We've been pretty big play oriented, which is what we always want to be. We always want to be like, we always want to be explosive and all that. It felt like we had, we didn't feel like we weren't able to protect them, and it felt like we ran the ball some, and it felt like that the game was there for us, until kind of suddenly it wasn't, and then Russ goes out and the things changed, and we needed to complement better with our play on defense at that time, and we weren't able to do that.
You mentioned Gino a little bit earlier, but obviously it didn't end the way he wanted, but for him to get a shot, he is the backup, he doesn't usually get to play. To play
Yeah,
well.
I went right to Gino afterwards and just said, you've been waiting a long time for your opportunity, and the faith that you've shown in our program and in us to stay with us and all that. And I'm so proud that when he got in there, he did great. He really looked good. And he's been working for that. He's a talented football player. He knows our system. He knows if Gino's going to play for us some, as Russ comes back, he showed that we're in good hands, and I was just proud for him, and the fact that he hung with us all this time and believed in being a part of this program. And then when he got his chance, he did well. That was pretty good.
What was Wilson's demeanor like on the sideline when he came out of that game?
Very matter of fact, very calm about it. He was clear that this was not going to be the night to come back in there, and he tried and would have if he could have, and but already projecting forward. Look, I'll be back. I'm going to get this done. We'll get this figured out and all that, and see what whatever, and just exactly like he does. He knows that's where he goes. He's not going to sit in the moment and dwell on it at all, and he didn't.
It seems like you guys did a pretty good job protecting both quarterbacks tonight. That Russell's 2 sacks seemed to be on him late in the plays, and the way Gino had time late in the game as well. Does that seem like against that front that it held up the way?
It's one of the best outings we've had. Yeah, and I think that's part of the system and the way we did it. We had some different thoughts this time around, and I thought it worked out really well. The guys did very well up front.
Did Gerald Everett in play? Did he test negative today?
What I'll tell you about it, I mean, I was in it all the way until 1 o'clock today. He tested negative. Again, his test will be, the test for today will come back tomorrow because it had to go to Burbank to get assessed. But that, he really kind of got caught in a technicality that because he had been positive, he needed 2 negative tests back to back. But because he had proven positive, the first negative test wasn't decisive enough. It wasn't a powerful enough statement about the level that he was at for the docs to okay it. So he was negative. He was negative, and then he was negative the next day too. So we had 2 days in a row, but the first day they didn't count it, and so the next day was today, and I think some stuff will happen here with the league. We realized that we were in a difficult situation, because we couldn't get today's test to the place in time, because there's no way. And so I think they're going to look at that because, it was a difficult deal. I really was pulling for him. I just wanted that to happen, because he had, I think, 5 straight negative MESA tests, 5 days. And so, but that wasn't enough.
When you told us yesterday that he tested negative, that was a test he had taken on Tuesday.
The day before that showed up yesterday, yeah. As well as he tested negative for 5 days. And this is the reason we're talking about it, because everybody's should understand COVID and how it works, even whether it's football or whether it's in real life and all of that. There's these tests tell us a lot of stuff, but some tests are considered more accurate than others. And and the way that the tests are evaluated or more clearly assess the level of the load of the virus, and in that it wasn't quite enough. It was negative, but it wasn't quite enough, and so I hope they'll learn and figure it out as we all go. All this stuff is brand new, and we could be griping about it and all that. I'm not. I know exactly what happened, and I competed with them all the way to have a chance, for Gerald to play against these guys, and they just couldn't get there.
And he was still asymptomatic today.
Yeah.
What'd you get out of Alex Collins? What did you see in terms of?
I think Alex continues to show good stuff. Everything he does, he shows quickness and playmaking ability. Very good in the open field. The screen was a beautiful run. You know, Alex is really doing his job. You know, something we should mention, you didn't ask about this. I don't know this for sure, but that might have been one of the great plays I've ever seen a punter make. I mean, it's one of the great kicking plays in the history of the league. I've never seen anything. I mean, and I've been around a lot longer than you guys, and I've seen a lot of football. I've never seen that happen before. And what a remarkable play it was. And then not just to kick it again, but to kick it where we kicked it and to get so much out of it. I haven't seen the film or anything. I don't know anything how close it was to being across the line of scrimmage, but it was just a remarkable moment. And you know, Mikey's a pretty darn good football player, man.
One-hand scoop.
Yeah, the scoop was ridiculous. It reminds me of one that Marshawn had made years ago. We plucked it, but that was a marvelous play we witnessed.
You decided to punt earlier in their territory, and then the next drive you go for it. What went into those?
Different. It was different. The situation.
What was the
Well, you know, if you're listening to the numbers and all, and when 4th and 2, I can't tell you too much. I'm not telling you too much about it. I can't tell you. Sorry, but they were different situations.
Jamal Adams game. What do you think of Adams, the way he played tonight, Jamal?
Well, unfortunately, on the big play, you know, he didn't find his way to the ball. You know, they were very fortunate that happened. We were over the top and had the guy doubled and then all that kind of stuff, and they wound up. I don't even know why he threw it, but the fact that they did and they made a play, you know, give them credit. It's a great play by their quarterback and by Deshaun. You know, I'm not going after any one guy on anything about anything right now. So that's not the time to go after me first. Yes.
Daryl Taylor had his 4th sack in this one. What have you made to the start to his season so far?
He's really doing well. He's gonna. I mean, this is the guy that he's going to have multiple sacks in games. You know, he's just a factor, and so we just got to keep placing him and getting him in there, and it's obvious. I mean, after this break, we'll reassess a little bit of the first 5 games, have a chance here, and maybe we got to spot him even more than he's already getting, you know, and more in passing down stuff because he's been one of our most effective guys. There's no surprise to us. He's looked, you know, like a beautiful football player coming up. He's just raw and young and getting it figured out. He's going to be really tough to deal with as we go down the schedule.
The sequence at the end of the first half where you get the long completion to DJ Dallas, and then it looked like it took a while for that next play to get on.
Yeah, really, we were hoping to play fast right there. We just got a little sticky in the call, and we didn't want to give stop the clock there and give them a break. We wanted to put the pressure on them, which is we love to do that, and it just wasn't. The clock was burning right there. It just took us a while to get set up, but you know, it was 8 or 10, 12 seconds, maybe more than we should have, and I was counting on it being faster, but it just didn't quite work out. That was a really, you know, a beautiful drive, except that, you know, they got us on the hold. You know, we couldn't ask for more, but just the clock just drained there when we expected to wind, you know, get up and down faster than that.
Do you know enough about Russell's injury to rule out surgery?
No, I don't know that. I don't have any idea about that right now.
Pete,
Sorry.
You called Russ one of the great healers of all time. Has his durability and ability to bounce back over the years been one of his kind of hidden traits?
He's been just remarkably durable, but what's the marvelous part about it is his attitude about how he approaches it. I mean, he is going to heal him. He's going to heal himself, and you know, he is the epitome of what the mentality, taking control of how your body functions, man. He makes stuff happen, you know, and does marvelous things. There's a number of players that we've had over years that they just heal better than others. Penny Hart, you know, he played with a 2nd-degree knee sprain. I mean, there's no way in a short week. He played and was remarkable. I mean, some guys you might be out for 3 or 4 weeks, and he, I don't know how he did it. It was a marvel to everybody, but he never was going to miss it. And his mentality is the kind of mentality that exhibits the people that can do stuff like that. It's remarkable, and Russell is the epitome of that.
Just to clarify, did Russ tell you when he came off the field after that throw to Parkinson, he said, "I just can't throw"?
No, he was trying to figure it out. They were working to figure it out, and then it took a while, and finally, they just could tell that it just wasn't right to go back out.
Did you have to make the call that he can't go back out?
When I worked with the docs, and everybody was together on that, you know. I did not have to make the call. I wasn't going to force him back out. Russ knows his body. He knows what he can do, and so we just worked it out.
Was he pushing hard to get there? He knew it was too bad to keep
I'm sorry. Say it
Was he
again.
pushing hard to get back in the game, or he knew it was?
No, he knew. He knew that this wouldn't help us tonight.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Andre, how you guys feeling right now? 2-3 and 1-1 in the division.
We just got to keep pushing, man. It definitely stings right now. We know that, but a lot of football to be played, and we know what we got to do. So guys just got to lock in, be ready to go.
So you guys know what they got to do. What beyond locking in, what you guys got to do on defense?
I mean, we got shit we need to fix, and everybody knows that. So at the end of the day, you know, you either do your job or you're not ready for this type of atmosphere. That's just plain and simple.
Pete has said that the big plays in the passing game haven't been because of continuity. At this point, do you think it's mostly communication that's causing those problems, or?
I mean, I don't know. You know, it needs to get fixed. I know that, and I think we had the guys in the room to fix it. And you know, we just got to do what we got to do, and hopefully we make these plays when these opportunities come.
When on the 68-yarder to Deshaun, what did you see on the coverage from Sidney and Jamal? How did you see that play out?
I didn't really see it. I was on the other side, so I just started running when I seen the ball in the air. So I didn't really get to see it. I didn't really look at it on the iPad. I mean, like I said, those plays we got to have. You know, we can't have guys 3rd and 10 and we give up big plays like that. That's unacceptable.
Quandre, you guys have been able to put together good halves, good quarters, but how frustrating is it you guys haven't quite been able to put those full game performances together?
I mean, it's super frustrating because you can see what we did that first half. You know, we were locked in, guys were on their stuff, and I don't know if it's mental lapses. I don't know what it is. Guys get comfortable that, you know, we hold a team to 3 points or you get relaxed. But, I mean, it's the NFL. You can't do that. You know what I mean? It's a rival game. I would think everybody's antennas would be up. And I don't know. So we'll see.
Did you sense a shift in the third quarter in particular in either the intensity or guys' antennas not being up? Because that one seemed like one that hurt you exponentially tonight.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. You know, I try to focus on myself and do my job and, you know, try to keep my intensity up so everybody else can see and feed off me. I couldn't tell you honestly because, you know, it's not really my job. My job is cover seams and posts and intercept passes.
This is kind of unfamiliar territory with Russell Wilson's status seemingly being up in the air. What's your thought on that?
I mean, I'm not a doctor. I just play ball. My job is to cover seams and posts and get interceptions.
What did you see from Geno tonight?
I mean, it was great. You know, I've seen Geno in action multiple times. I've seen him tear us up in college. So he's had his opportunities. He's played big-time ball in the NFL before, and he looked like it. So it's nothing, you know what I mean, nothing that Geno did that impressed me because I know the type of work he put in and I know how he tried to kill us at practice. So he was ready for his moment, and he took advantage of it.
What did you see on your own interceptions?
See ball, get ball. I mean, I think I've been doing that since I've been here. And like I said, I just do my job. You know what I mean? I don't get into anything else. I do my job, and, you know, I think my numbers speak for themselves.
I know this is outside the scope of your job, but if it was your job to figure out what needs to change between now and when you take the field again in 10 days, what's the first thing that you address?
It's not my job. I just work here.
Specifically, what was going on with all the big plays over the middle with Robert?
I guess we'll look at it on film, you know, get it figured out. I mean, that's been a big deal for us all year. So we just got to kind of know ball and, you know, lock into certain situations and knowing that.
You obviously know Matthew very well from your time in Detroit. Were you surprised at the misfires, Deep? Because he had several of them.
I mean, I think one thing I'll say about Nine, he's a tough fella. So even if he's going through some things or he has some, you know, I think He missed on some throws that he would probably love to have back. Even on a deep ball, that wasn't one of his greatest throws. So I'm sure, if it is something, you guys will know. If not, he'll get it fixed. I know that guy. I love that guy. So he'll be all right.
Anything else, guys? Thanks, Mom.
Thank you.
What up, what up?
I know playing without Russ is foreign territory, but what did you see from Gino out there? First game action, regular season game action he's had in several years.
Yeah, I thought, when Russ went out, Gino came in, and I thought Gino did an incredible job. I think we were like on a 3 or 5 yard line, and he drove us all the way down there. He did an incredible job, man. Like those were big time drives that he did. Very patient, reading through everything, all his keys. Man, he really did phenomenal. I was really happy for him. Told him I was proud of him, the way that he played. We all know that he could play like that and stuff like that. And when he got his opportunity, I mean, he showed out, and I was just happy for him, and that's what I kept telling him.
Wilson's so constant. How shaking was it that he was hurting out of the game, not coming back?
I mean, it's very shaken, like you said, it's foreign territory. But, I mean, he was still a leader out there, still talking to us as if he was out there, still being able to tell us what he saw and plays that'll be able to work. And he's a part of the success that we had out there, too, in the second half.
Did you talk to the refs about why you didn't get a PI call in that interception?
Oh, no, I mean, that ain't my job. They don't throw it, they don't throw it. I can't do nothing about it. Just got to go back and wait for another chance. But, I mean, I got tripped, but I can't do nothing about it. They just didn't call it.
Third quarters consistently this season seem to be a time you guys are struggling to score, and then the defense struggles to get off the field. That's where a lot of sort of the mismatch in points comes. What are you seeing from your side of the ball that teams are doing to cause that?
Well, I mean, actually, I don't remember much about the third quarter, but I think we were actually able to move the ball a little bit. Just had one bad play, and it kind of messed up, the whole entire drive. But, I mean, that's just football. They did a great job being able to change stuff up like any team. Teams always change stuff up in the second half. I think for us, we were still able to get things going. We just weren't able to put ourselves in the best positions to sometimes convert on third downs. But when we had those third and shorts or third and mediums, we were able to convert on it. But we just got to get better, especially if we do put ourselves in situations where it is third and long.
Did you get a chance to talk to Russ on the sidelines after he got hurt?
Yeah, I mean, he talked to me, but, I mean, like I said, he was talking to me about the game. We were still focused on the game and trying to see what we could do to be able to win. So he was just being a leader, doing everything that he could to be able to put us in the best position possible.
How are you guys feeling right now? 2-3 and 1-1 in the division.
I mean, I think we let this game slip away. Like I said, I felt like I put it on me. Left a lot of stuff out there. It's kind of a weird game for me, but there's some plays that I definitely left out there that I know I can make. And, for me, it's just I think it's a game that I could get better on, that I could be able to grow on. It's not like this ain't happened to me before. So just being able to continue to be a better player, continue to be the best self that I could be, and not letting this be a game that shakes me up to where it messes with me as a person or my career and stuff like that. Things happen, and that's just a part of the game of football. Things go your way all the time. Sometimes things don't bounce in your court. Sometimes everything bounces in your court. But, I mean, at the end of the day, if this is what, my role looks like, I'm willing to embrace it and keep going. I'm not going to let anything stop me from, glorifying God and being the best self that I could possibly be for him. So if this is an obstacle and a block for me, then I just got to get back to the drawing board and do what I got to do.
You didn't have any noticeable drops. What did you leave out there? You said you left a lot out.
I mean, I got behind the defense. I just got to be able to finish on that. Even though I got the penalty, I still want to catch the ball. I don't want to go home being like, yes, I got the penalty. You know, like I just expect more out of myself, you know, just to be able to finish those types of plays. You know, even a play last week, I just want to be able to see myself and see how great I could really be at this game before my time is done. You know what I mean? Like, when I look back at my time when I'm done playing, I want to be able to sit back and really say that I did everything that I could possibly do. And if there's things that I need to work on, I'm willing to work on it. I'm trying to be able to see, I'm trying to be open in every area and not closed off. You know what I mean? So, I mean, route running, I think I did a great job. Like I said, some plays just didn't go my way, and that's fine. That's the game of football. But, you know, when I'm out there, I want to make sure that I'm great in every area. And, you know, for me, it's just plays that happen. Like Jalen made a heck of a play. You know, so for me, it's like, all right, well, let's go back. Let's work on being able to get out of the break. And if I can't get it, make sure I swat it down. You know, maybe I shouldn't have tried to catch it. Just little stuff like that. It's not really about beating myself up. Stuff like that's not going to happen. Second interception, you know, I said, hey, I got tripped, but, you know, that's still on me. I'll take that. But like I said, it's just me trying to get better and do what I need to do, take these couple of days off and reset, get myself ready for the next game.
Tyler, I'm sorry if you asked this already, but if Gino starts the next game, how do you feel like he's going to handle that opportunity?
I mean, I think he's going to do great, just like he did with the opportunity that he got, if that is the case that happens.
Tyler, as somebody who has to handle the ball like you do, what was your reaction to seeing Michael Dixon scoop up a ball like that and get off the second spot the way he did?
Crazy play. I think so many things have happened in the game of football this year to where people are going to start making more rules because I never knew that you can kick the ball if it gets blocked and then pick it up and kick it again. I mean, it's the same way as I don't know if a quarterback can throw it and it gets tipped and he catches it. I don't even know if he could throw it again. So, I mean, like, you know, things are happening that doesn't normally happen, but I think that it'll be interesting to see what happens with the NFL and if they even say if that's possible that we can do. But that was a heck of a kick. And that was just to be able to think about that at that moment when everybody's running at you and stuff like that. I mean, hey, he's ahead of the game when it comes to that as a punter.
Not a lot of people in Seattle have seen Gino just because he hasn't played much until tonight. What do you guys see in practice in the meeting rooms that nobody else sees outside the building?
I mean, exactly what you saw today. You know, I think that's just the thing. Everybody is like that until you get an opportunity. You know what I mean? And, I mean, we all knew what Gino could do. Like, we seen it when he was on other teams in the NFL. Heck, I've seen it when I was in the Big 12 when we played against them. So, I mean, we all know what he's capable of being able to do. And like I said, man, he did amazing. Like, he really did awesome. And I was happy for him, proud of him. And, you know, the sky's the limit for him. And I'm just happy that he got himself an opportunity and he made the best out of it. And that's all I can really say.
What makes you guys still feel like this is a team that could win a championship at the end of the year?
You know, I think we got everything that we need. A lot of the stuff is just kinky things like just being able to get back to the fundamentals. As far as athleticism, as far as the coaches, as far as the players, I mean, I personally believe that we do have everything that we need. We just got to be able to adjust when it comes to the third downs. You know, for us as an offense, we got to be able to, like I said, be great in all phases. I think we did a great job being able to move the ball. If we do go forward on fourth down, we got to get that. You know what I mean? It's not on the coaches. It's not on anybody else. It's on us. We got to be able to get that. That's how much faith that they got in us as an offense. And so I think, like, the more that we continue to learn the offense, the more we continue to go back to the drawing board at practice, it's like I said before, losses are only losses if you don't learn from it. And, you know, it's a long season. But for us, as long as we're able to learn from this and grow from this and not let it affect us to be great down the road, then, you know, I think we'll be great.
Real quick, you hurt your hip. At what point did that happen?
Last week.
Was that on the thing where you twisted your knee?
Nah, I was good on that. Yeah.
How's the hip now? Fine?
I don't know. You got to talk to the trainers on that one. Y'all be trying to get me fined.
Anything else, guys?
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Tyler. let you know you were going into the game for Russ?
Really, it was just a few people, Russ, Coach Carroll, and then, Shane came up to me, and, he said he couldn't go, so, told me to get out there.
How'd you feel when you heard that?
I felt, ready, been preparing. One thing about me is I always prepare like I'm going to play, never thinking, you never know what can happen. Been around long enough to know that. So just been preparing, been ready. I studied the heck out of the call sheet. So, I like to feel like a coach when I'm out there. So when I got my opportunity, really wasn't too much to it. Just wanted to go out there and try and get a win.
That game didn't obviously end the way you wanted, but what did it mean to you? You've waited a few years to get to play much, to be out there hearing the fans chant your name.
It would have meant a lot. It would have been a lot better if we'd have got a win, obviously. But, it meant a lot. The city has embraced me. This team has embraced me, and I'm grateful. I'm really grateful for that. I appreciate all the fans. The atmosphere was just electric tonight. I mean, you could see it out there. Everyone was fired up. And I really thought we had a chance, man. I thought we were going to come back and get it done. And unfortunately, we didn't. But we'll bounce back and get better.
You talked about always staying ready. What's that like when you're playing behind one of the most durable quarterbacks in NFL history?
Man, I would say I played behind three of the most durable quarterbacks in NFL history with Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning, and Russell Wilson. So it's been a long time coming, but no way am I satisfied with just going out there and playing. It's about getting wins. It's about leading the team to victories, and I like to think that I'll be able to do that.
That's the most you played in 4 years, I think, but to come off the bench and go 98 yards straight down the field, that had to be a pretty good cherry on top of things.
Honestly, I was just thinking score, man. The guys did a great job, man. I feel like the line played a great game. Those guys were getting open out there. We were seeing it well. Shane was calling a good game, and we were in rhythm. And whenever you're in rhythm, it doesn't really matter how far you got to go. You just keep rolling. So, I felt pretty good out there. I felt like we had a solid chance, and we just fell a little short.
What was Russ like on the sideline when you came back?
Man, Russ is, I can't say enough good things about Russell Wilson, man. He's a great competitor. God didn't want to come out of the game, and that says a lot about this man. He's tough. He's tough as nails. And, when I was out there, he was supportive as I am for him. And I think, that speaks volumes about his character and who he is. And, sucks for him to get hurt, but, I really appreciate him.
You said you stay ready week in and week out as if you're going to be the starter, but it's been a long time since you've been called upon to play this. What keeps you motivated week in and week out to prepare the same way?
My motivation comes from a bunch of factors. My family, obviously my son, and obviously just a love for the game, just respecting the game. I've been playing this game long enough to know just when you think it's not going to happen is when it does. And so just preparing every single time, it is gut-wrenching sometimes. Sometimes I fight back tears before the games like, man, I wish I could be out there. But reality is you got to prepare, and you got to keep preparing. And that's something that I pride myself on, is being prepared and always being ready. And that goes mentally, physically, and everything else.
Did Russell Wilson say anything to you before you went on or after that first touchdown drive?
Not much needs to be said. Russ knows me. He sees me every day in practice. He knows what I can do, and so do the other guys. It's not a surprise to anyone. More so, like I said, we're just trying to get wins, and today we fell short.
What do you want to show to the NFL if you do get a chance to start next Sunday in Pittsburgh?
Just want to win. That's all that's important. Just want to win.
Do you have any feel for whether you're going to get the start right now as it stands right now?
We'll see. We'll see. But I'll be ready.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.